What's going on, preppers? Economic Prepper here. Got some very, very disturbing information that I want to share with you guys. And not because it's disturbing, but I want you guys to be aware. I don't want you guys to panic. Things are changing. Things are changing every single day, and things are coming down the pipeline. And this is not getting coverage like it needs to. You know, there's some good channels out there that are spreading the good word. Prepping for Survival, Kevin, was it Kevin Prepper, Canadian Prepper, Patrick Humphrey's got some very good information. Anyway, food shortages are one thing. Price of food, price of gas. Yeah. Okay. Almost got stung by a bee on live camera, live TV. Anyway, food and availability, food scarcity. It's a huge concern, right? Fertilizer availability. Russia-Ukraine war situation creating additional global food supply tensions. But I don't know if this is by design. Probably is. You know, rarely do I discover rarely do we discover things that are coincidence that, you know, are real coincidences. They're normally by design, but mislabeled as coincidences. You guys know what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, comment down below if you guys know about the channels that I mentioned. Great channels, by the way. I'm subscribed to all of them. But one thing that's really, really concerning is I was reading a report that was talking about how many farms are not actually owned by farmers. Now, I don't know if you guys understand or can extrapolate the magnitude of this risk, of this systemic weakness, and how much of our food supply is literally at risk. And this is really disturbing when I break. It's going to be an eye-opener for you if you're not already aware. And based on the number of people I've spoken to about this, most people did not know this, and they don't know what's about to happen or what could happen. So, first of all, 97% of farms that are being farmed by farmers, the farmland itself is not theirs. Being leased to them by any one of many thousands or hundreds of thousands of different corporations. And a lot of these independent corporations are actually owned by one entity, meaning, you know, one entity, one person, one company can create a bunch of different corporations, and then they own all these corporations, but they all look like they're different. They all look like they're separate entities. But what would happen if these entities decided, you know, hey, we want to control this food supply even more. We want to shut down the production of food. We own the land that these farmers are farming on. You know, let's just say the lease ends. Let's say the lease ends and they're like, or let's just say they prematurely break the lease and force a farmer off. Yeah, I'm sure the farmer could sue, but you'll just get money. The farmer would just get money, but the crops won't be produced. And then all of a sudden we have a massive food supply problem. I'm just saying, that could happen. And what's really disturbing is how much wealthy individuals and wealthy corporations are buying up and owning this farmland. It's a little scary, it's a little concerning to know that some company could just literally just say, you know, a company, not even the government. Not that it's okay if the government did it, but any company could literally just come in and just be like, you know what? Millions of people won't be able to eat this anymore. I don't know if you guys know, but Bill Gates just won legal approval to buy 2,100 acres of North Dakota farmland worth $13.5 million. And people are livid about this all across the state. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I don't know what you guys' feelings are about Bill Gates buying farmland. You know, tons of wealthy people like Bill Gates are buying farmland, and it really makes you wonder what is coming, what is happening, what do these elite individuals know that we don't yet know? Because we'll always be the last to find out, you know. Now, of course, thanks to our community, and I really appreciate you guys in the comments. You leave so many helpful comments. You guys point things out to me because I can't see everything. And it's like, you know, you guys are my boots on the ground, my scouts, and you guys leave comments for me so I can, so that you can inform me. I learn a lot from you guys. You guys work in different industries. You guys have different backgrounds. You guys know different people. And through our collective community that we're growing here, we're able to share information and get information out that we're not supposed to know about. And so that's why I really love our community. I really appreciate you guys. And there's no need to panic. When you watch this channel, my goal is to inform you guys. My goal is to reduce anxiety, reduce panic, lower your stress levels, because, you know, when you're panicked, you can't think logically. When you're stressed, you can't sleep, messes up your hormones, probably ruins your relationships because nobody want to be around you. So, you know, just makes life miserable when you're stressed out. There's not a whole lot of good that comes from stress, to be quite honest with you. So, you know, Bill Gates, he made his fortune in tech, but now he's betting big on something completely different, which is farmland. And just last week, Bill Gates, he secured the legal approval for purchasing 2,100 acres of farmland in northeastern North Dakota. And a lot of people are upset. And this is a legal battle that he had to fight in order to get this approval to make this purchase. Now, of course, you know, this isn't the first time that Bill Gates has invested in this particular asset class. He's pretty much amassed nearly 270,000 acres. I feel like 270,000 acres is it's like a state. It could be a state. It could be at least a couple of really big counties. Anyway, you know, having amassed nearly 270,000 acres of farmland across multiple different states, over 10 different states, Bill Gates he's already the largest private owner of farmland in America. So, you know, he's a big player. And it's interesting, you know, when you think about his role and insight into the previous pandemic and the decisions that he's making, the plans that they're making. Why you need so much farmland, dude? Now, Bill Gates' purchase of farmland in North Dakota initially raised concerns because of a Depression-era law that prohibits corporations as well as limited liability companies from owning farmland in the region. North Dakota's Agriculture Commission previously told a radio station that many people were not really happy about the news. No surprise. So, you know, why? Why are you buying up all the farmland? Now, you know, a wise man once said, pretty sure he was wealthy, there's nothing wrong with having some money. It's what you do with it that makes the difference. But a wise man once said, you buy land because you're not making any more of it. You can make another house, but you can't make the land that the house sits on. You can make another car, you can't make more land. So if they buy up all of this finite resource, they're going to be in complete control. You will own nothing, and you will be happy, is what they said. Yeah, so basically this pretty much makes farmland an intrinsical value. There's only a finite amount of it. You can't make more Bitcoin. You can't make more farmland. There's certain resources you can't make more of. And it just so happens that Bill Gates' good friend, Warren Buffett, also likes the asset. Matter of fact, Bill Gates bought a 400-acre farm in Nebraska back in 1986. Now, of course, 400-acre farm for a lot of people is not that much. Where I live, 400 acres is a lot of acreage because, you know, it's not a very rural area where I live. But if you're, you know, if you're in like, I don't know, parts of Wyoming, 400 acres isn't anything. At Berkshire Hathaway's annual shareholder meeting earlier this year, Warren Buffett mentioned that farmland would again be one of the two assets that he would buy instead of Bitcoin. So Warren Buffett, no surprise, he values farmland more so than Bitcoin as an asset. I mean, technically, at least you could touch the land if you're buying real estate. With Bitcoin, you can't touch it, but you know, they say it has value. I'm not personally saying I'm gonna dump every dollar I have into Bitcoin, but you know, there could be something there. You guys let me know. I don't know if any of you guys invest or hold any Bitcoin. Maybe you know somebody who has Bitcoin, or maybe you know someone who made money with Bitcoin or lost money with Bitcoin. But I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about cryptocurrency? But yeah, so you know, why? You got to ask the question why. Like, if you keep asking why, eventually you figure it out. Now, Gladstone Land, for example, they own 164 farms totaling 113,000 acres. Now, this particular corporation, they're paying out dividends to their shareholders, distributions, 2.5% dividend yield. So it's literally free money for these shareholders of this corporation that owns 113,000 acres of farmland. You guys see what's happening here? These corporations own the farmland that they're leasing back to the farmers, that they could technically confiscate and force farmers off their own land, technically, if they wanted to, if the circumstances lined up. Like, imagine these corporations came together after acquiring 89, I mean, they already have 97% of the land available. What if they get to 100% and they just say, hey, new order, during one of these private elitist meetings, they come up with some crazy plan where they want to control the population growth, and they said, hey, let's shut down all the farms because they own them all. Stop production of food for some extended period of time. It could happen. I don't know why they would want to do that particularly, but I'm just saying, like, it could happen. I just like to look at what could happen, because when you understand your risks, you can properly attempt to mitigate risks by preparing and planning for what could happen. If you think it's going to rain, well, how would you prep? You would prepare by bringing an umbrella. If you think that there's going to be a water shortage, how would you prep? You would prep by, storing water ahead of time, collecting rainwater. You would purchase water filtration systems. There would be a number of different things that you could do to attempt to mitigate that risk, knowing it's a huge factor. If you live in a flood zone, you wouldn't just get standard homeowners insurance, you would get flood insurance as well. So these are just some things that I've been thinking about that, not a whole lot of people are talking about, and I think that they could really present some true challenges to the sustainability of us as a human race. So give me your thoughts, guys. Give me your thoughts. What are you guys thinking about what I just discussed with you guys? Prepping is more than just stashing food. Prepping is, making sure you have some emergency cash, making sure you have some survival skills, and it's also educating yourself so that you can better prepare when you know what's coming. You can better plan when you understand the risks that we could face. So my goal, I just want to bring information to you guys. I want to bring you guys insight. I hope you guys are getting value out of the information that we're discussing on the channel. If you made it this far, please drop a like for the video, and also consider subscribing. Yeah. Scary things coming our way, guys, but we're gonna make it through. I'm confident. Let's stay positive and let's stay smart.